Hello, welcome to another stream, another day. Uh, Again, focusing on. Feel free to ask any questions if anyone is new to the stream. Hi Piyush. I have already made a video on that, so probably you might want to check that out. The one where I have mentioned all the 10 offers and details about the rate. Uh, if you need in more detail, I'll probably have to create another video, but I'll be happy to do that. So, but there is already a video on my channel. I can paste a link for that. Not sure if you have already seen that or not. So, probably you might want to go through that one first. If you have any questions, you can put that in a chat and I can answer that. Journey in summarize, if I have to summarize in one way, that it is that never give up, keep applying, keep coding. That's it. If you have seen David Goggins, uh, follow him, watch his ideology. See the window here, this window will be moved if the number of characters that you can for each character, these are the number of characters that can be changed, right? So need will be whatever is the length minus character count of that k, right in that window. Frequency. So this if this that means that not k, right? So not a, not ch. So if not ch is greater than that, that means that you need to reduce your this length because this Such that it fits within K. If it is less than K, then that's VD. Oh, hey Piyush. Oh, I didn't know that you uh just discovered my channel. Yeah, thank you. That's the aim. I think I am not fond of publicizing even this Microsoft thing. I have just disclosed because people were asking me who am I, right? That's the only aim I put it there, right? Just to tell the credibility, right? People don't want to hear some random guy speaking different things. So uh, that's the only way I have put it here. I am I never want to gloat or anything like that, right? And also, uh, if you have any questions, so feel free to ask me, right? I just want to say one thing. If I can do it, you can also do it. That's the gist. You don't have to buy any course or don't fall into any of that things. That's the only aim of this whole live stream and also of the channel to kind of guide people in a in a in a right direction rather than being feel lost, right? So cool. No worries. Thank you so much. Feel free to like, subscribe, the normal stuff, right? So that it reaches more people like you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll jump back to coding now. If anyone is watching the stream, anyone new coming, right? I'm solving this like for the 10th time. I would say I've already solved this, but the thing with DSA is that you have to refresh. Uh, so I'm refreshing just for fun, right? Uh, that's it. Cool. So this is a sliding window. So in each window will have a frequency, right? And a frequency of at max will be having 26 because all the uppercase are given to us, and our max length, let's say, is 0. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than I. So this will be the window code, but I'm going to try it for all the characters. So for char ch is equal to a, ch is less than equal to add ch plus, right? So for this current character, what if let's make everything, let's check the longest substring with letter as ch. So this will be our outer loop and this will be of 26, right? And then for each of this, what we are going to do is we are going to go over each of the character and then I'm going to also create a window, right? So frequency is equal to new and 26. Let's call it win frequency so that both things are clear that it is a frequency and it holds window thing. Cool. So now once you have that, right, so you need to say that okay, whatever is your current character and its current ch, it will increase in the window. And now what I want to check is whether this window is valid, right? If it is not, then I'll have to move the window, right? If is valid, uh, for that I need window frequency and I also need what character I'm checking for and k, right? If it is not valid, that means that I need to move my window. So window frequency of uh, s dot caret start plus plus minus minus int start is going to be 0. So once you have done that means your window is sorted. So your max length will be math dot max of uh, your max length or your I minus dot plus 1. That's the length of the current window. Now the important here is boolean is valid, right? So in this you have this frequency array and you have char ch and you have int k, right? Now what we need to check is you can convert k characters. So first of all we'll say what do we have, right? A frequency. uh, this is what we have, right? And what is the length is also important. So probably I need I and j also, so that whatever is the length of it, right? So let's just pass start and I, right? Int start, int, right? So these are what I have. Int total is start minus and plus 1. Hey, sure, bro. All the best. Appreciate it. Thanks you. So that is what the total will be. Now the next thing that we have is how much. So if so need will be always total minus have. So return if is less than k. That means that's a valid. If your need is so you can't consider that window, you'll have to shift it. So return max length. Mhm. So you have this and then you have this window frequency. What you're going to do is that the current GH at I will be added, right? And if it is not valid, if need is less than K, then that means that it is valid, right? So you don't have to go into this and you can just go into this one. Mhm. You're going to do this for A, B, C, right? But why is it not? Oh, end domain start. This makes sense. Get rid of this now. Get rid of this as well. Cool. Make this little bigger and put it here. This is like a rough pad section. Oh, let me do this thing. Hmm. This looks more like a. This is done. Let's move to next problem. Permutation string. Let me know which version is better, light or dark. Cool, I'm the Commodore. Good one. Let's do with 35 one. Cool. Uh, so given two permit S1 and S2 return true if return true if S2 contains a permutation of S1. So permutation of S1 basically means that if S2 contains, right? So basically S2 is the bigger string here, E, D, B, A, O, and if it contains permutation of AB, that means that all the characters should be in the same length. And what is the length of that? Could be anything, right? So basically each window in S2 should have all the only these characters. If any of the character, if any of the character, first of all you keep on adding, right? Right? You add A, you add B, right? Now how do you check if this thing, if the number of characters that you have now in a window, right? Those are exact same as this, then that means that okay, you have got a valid window, right? If it is greater than that, basically if any character that is there in S2 but not in S1, that means that you need to start again from that, right? That's the first thing. So you have this, now you have your AB. So if E is, so that means that this is definitely not there because this E, if it is not equal to 0, if it is 0 here and here it is greater than that, that means that you need to you need to move your window, right? And if it is exactly same, then that's a valid one. Now the point is, if the character, if here the frequency is less, then you can still add new elements, but if it is greater, then you need to cut some elements from the left, right? Those are the two takes that you can take basically. So let's start with that first. All are lower cases, so for char ch is equal to s1 dot 2 char array frequency of ch minus a plus plus. So that's a mau frequency, and then I do have a window, right? And then every time window will always have a start, and it will also have a boolean true false, right? So for int I is equal to 0, I less than s2 dot length I plus plus. Now when s2 dot char at I minus a plus plus, right? Now if is permutation, if it is true, that means you only need a frequency, then you just return true. So this I'll just add a check. Public boolean is permutation and when int frequency. It should be exactly same. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than 26 I plus plus. If win of I is not equal to frequency of I, return false, right? And then otherwise return true. Now the other case could be that you need to add more element to it, right? See, if you have all the elements that are there in your S1, then the only thing that you need to do is cut it, right? So you need to reduce your window size. If not that, you need to increase your window size, right? How do we do it? Uh, One way to do is that basic, you just add a check whether for each you check if it is less, you decrease it. See, is permutation, you'll always be able to check. Hmm, what is the other way? See, in this you have you see if the element is not, so basically two checks. If this element is, first of all, let this be there. If bin of s2 dot char minus a, if it is these, if this is 0, let's call this ch, where ch is equal to s2 dot char I. So here what I'm checking is that if this frequency of this particular character, if it is less and I already have more, so I can get rid of this more because this is not helping. And if let's say this is 0, so this will automatically take care of that case also, right? If this is 0 and here it is 1, you don't need it. So let's say once you have done that, then you make this check. Then once you have done that, you return true and then you return false. I think this should be good. Yes, and way much more time. So if the frequency is less and I have taken more elements, if I have taken less elements, you keep on continuing. But if I took more elements, reduce the window. Hey Arjun, hello. I think so. This took me around 15 minutes. So the idea is that uh, if the characters here anytime in this window are greater than what I need, I can cut those out. And every time it becomes same, that is a valid entry, right? Makes sense. Okay, so this one, given two substrings length as m and n respectively, return the minimum window substring such that every character included is in. So see, whenever you have achieved something, right? If your window is same, you can reduce your window. So for example, let's take an example of A, D, O, B, C, O, D, E, B, C, right? Not sure. Okay, this slight lag. And then the target is A, B, C. So you take this, you check whether it is same or not, which it is not, right? And then you take this, then you take this, then you take this, take this, take this. Here, when you reach here, you have A, B, C, right? Now, once you have this, you know that if you add more characters, it is going to increase only. So that's when you check this, not valid. So you keep the same. So eventually you will come to this and cut it out and you'll be left with this itself. So that's the approach, and you will maintain this I and you will maintain the length. So that will give us the endpoint as well. What happened to my, oh, this page should be this. So I'm going to code this one very fast. So let's start the timer as well, or stopwatch, starting stopwatch, and then or not stopwatch. Let's start the timer. Uh, max to max 10 minutes. How do I start it? And stopwatch. Yes, cool. Feels like examination now. So now first thing is that you need to know the frequency of your T, right? And let's go to the lowercase and uppercase. So I'm going to go with 256. And then for char ch is equal to T dot to char array. And then we are going to put it like this only in our frequency array. So now once this is done, that means that you know the frequency of your characters. So I need to know int start and int min. Initially I'll say integer dot max value, right? And then for int I is equal to 0, I less than s dot length I plus plus char ch is equal to s dot char at I, and bin ch is plus plus if is valid, if let's say is sub. What do I say? I pass window, I pass frequency if that's the case, right? Uh, so while this is sub, you can get rid of this frequency, right? So your bin of, this is a sub, right? So you can, so this is your min length, right? So int current length will be I minus st, uh, I minus st plus 1, right? If current length is less than min length, Then your min start is equal to I, min length is equal to curl length, right? And then your bin s dot caret uh, start plus plus, and that becomes minus. So you have that, and min is equal to 0 for now, right? So that's that, and in the end you can return if min is equal to integer dot max value, then you return this. Otherwise you return s dot substring, whatever was your min start plus min, right? That is what you return from the top, and then you have this public boolean is sub int, you have bin, and you have frequency. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than 256, I plus plus. So minimum window substring says that every is included in the window, right? So if frequency of I is greater than win of I, that means that that character is not included. So you return false and then you return true. So you need, yeah, I think this should work. Okay, so we didn't define when. So let's define when is 6 and then hit run. When start would be code wise it took 4 seconds. What anything in the chat? I have 3 OE, Unix Factorize. Close to 4 now. Okay, so let me get rid of this now. You are given an array of integer nums and there is a sliding window of size k which is moving from very left of the array to very right. You can only see k numbers in each window. Return the max sliding window. So every time I have to return the maximum. So one of the intuition in this is straightforward is that if you have got the maximum now, right? So that will always be going to your maximum. So let's say if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and window size is 5, right? So 1 doesn't hold much value. What I'm saying is that if let's say it is, why this happens every time? Let's say I have 1, 2, 3 and k is also 3. So in this 3 is going to be the answer, right? But if it is 3, 4, 5 or let's say 3, 2, 1 and k is 2, right? So here it will be 3, here it would be 2, right? So this, the smallest one holds value, but if something greater comes, so let's say 3, 4, 5. So this 3 never holds a value unless it is a window size. So what I can do is, right, I can start and I push that 2. And also it so one way is that you can do a priority queue, right? But what else you can do is if the last element of your any data structure is less, then that you can get rid of it anyway because now you are in that k zone, right? If you are not in that k zone anyway, you don't have to return the answer. And before you choose the maximum, also we need to check whether the k that we decided earlier, whether it falls within a window or not, right? So that is this. When did I solve this last? I solved it in March. So today is March, April, May. I'm solving it after 3 months. But still the logic is there. Cool. Uh, Now I'm going to do a timer thing again. 10 minutes. Yeah, let's go with the 10 minutes. So I need DQ, and it will only hold the index. DQ is equal to new DQ, right? And then the answer in 10 will be nums dot length. So how many iterations will be if the length is 3 and 3 is 3, only 1 will be there, right? So n minus 3 plus 1. So int answer will be new int n minus k plus 1. These many elements will be there, right? Now for int I is equal to 0, I less than n I plus plus. First things first, while uh, dq, let me get rid of this, while uh, so you can add new elements to the queue, right? And also you can get rid of the old elements if they do not fall within the k range, right? So while dq dot p dq dot values of dq dot mm, peak last. First of all, to do this, I need to check whether dq dot is empty is false and now what to do, because this element always will be in k, right? If this is less than nums of I, then you can just do you can get rid of that element because you don't really need it, right? Nums dot poll lad, right? You can get rid of that dq dot poll last. Now another thing that I need to do is, do I need to take Consider this element that I have, right? While dq dot not empty and dq dot peak first, right? Whatever index it is, right? If it is less than I minus k, so let's suppose you are at 2 and minus 1, right? If it is less than that also, what will be I minus k in that case? When you are at 2, it will be 2 minus 2 minus plus 1. It's not less, so you don't need to pull it out. But let's say you go to the next element and it has 0. So this will be 1 and that will be less, right? So you just do dq dot poll first and then you add that. So dq dot uh, push last. Let's add last. Right now, if I is greater than equal to k minus 1, that means that this needs answer, right? Answer I minus k plus 1. So 2 will be your dq dot peak first. Uh, dq dot peak first and then you return your answer. Let's see if this works or not. BQ and Java. Is it going to be linked list? Let's try that first, assuming that I don't have access to internet. Linked list. That's it for this one as well. All are basic problems. Mhm. Okay, closing the